At long last, it all begins. Live from Irwindale Speedway in Irwindale, California, kicks off the very first episode of the first season of Monster Truck Overdrive. Hello everyone. I'm your host, Jason Bartholomew, and tonight is going to be absolutely electric. The fans are going crazy, and they are ready for the kickoff season of Monster Truck Overdrive Championship Series West. So we got 3 competitions, and those 3 competitions, Monster Trucks Overdriven Racing, the Dually Challenge, which is Monster Jam, which is my version, well, our version of Monster Jam's Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, and of course everyone's favorite, Freestyle. Now let's take a look at the point standings. So, as y'all probably saw from the pilot episode, Wrecker leads by 16 points, followed by Krog with 15, Jane Doe with 14, Creepin' Death with 13, and Longhorn with 12. So those are the top 5, and Rexcavator and Wave Rider are still tied with 10 points. So now without further ado, let's kick this show off, and let's kick off Monster Truck Overdrive Championship Series West, starting with Monster Trucks Overdriven Racing, which the winner of the race gets 12 points. So as seen here, the record takes on Jane Doe, Longhorn versus Wave Rider, the Son of Madness versus Thirst for War, Bulletproof versus Who Am I, Krog versus Creepin' Death, the City Slicker versus Lone Wolf, Rexcavator versus Pasta Monster, and Seek and Destroy versus Slingshot. This is going to be absolutely nuts, because all these drivers have trained for this moment. They have done some training off season, so time for the track rundown demonstration. And the 2 drivers that will be doing it are Irwindale Zone Mark and Patrick Mitchelson. So as you can see, this is going to be a race that every one of these drivers have seen on Monster Jam. So this, I think, is called Chicago style racing. So yeah, hopefully they will be able to know this, to actually know what to do. So let's kick off round 1. So first up in round 1 is Franklin Robertson in Wrecker, a former tow truck driver for 10 years, who is going up against Bob Walter in Jane Doe, who is one who... And they are off. Okay, Jane Doe has a slight edge to Wrecker. Okay, Wrecker gets a bit wobbly. Okay, Jane Doe comes around, and Jane Doe takes the win. Bob Walter advances into round 2. Next race in round 1 is Amelia Stevenson in Longhorn. the girl from Texas, who will be taking on Jon Stewart in Wave Rider. These two have known each other for quite a while as best friends, but when they're on the track, that friendship is out the window. And here they go. Okay, Longhorn goes tight, but Wave Rider goes really, really wide. Okay, they're dead even. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. And it's Longhorn who takes the win. That was a close one. Scott Henry in Sound of Madness, who messed up majorly back at the time trial during the pilot episode, will try to make that up. But he will have to take on Tom Labonte in Thirst for War, who did surprisingly well during the beginning of the pilot episode. And here they go. Okay, Thirst for War going tight but messes up. But Sound of Madness catches up. Ooh, Sound of Madness goes wide. And Thirst for War takes it. Tom Labonte takes the win. Samuel Kanonsky in Bulletproof from Helena, Montana, a former U.S. Marine, will be taking on Melissa Martinez in Who Am I? Or as the truck should be better known, or should be called the Illuminati. So hopefully the Illuminati doesn't mess either of them up. Here they go. Ooh, Bulletproof hit the throttle too hard. And that's given Melissa the perfect opportunity. Bulletproof messes up, and Melissa Martinez in Who Am I takes the win and moves on to round 2. From Miami, Florida, Robert Johnson in Croc. He takes this giant reptile from his home state of Florida, but he will have to take on Brandon Galinsky in Creepin' Death, who was also part of the U.S. military, but he was part of the Air Force or something like that. Here they go. Okay, Croc drifts, but Creepin' Death has the lead. Croc goes wide, but so does Creepin' Death. But Creepin' Death, ooh, Creepin' Death just makes it by a tire length. Duncan Michelson in City Slicker. This is old 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429 body. Will be taking on Richard Randall in Lone Wolf, rocking that 1950 custom Chevy panel truck. And here they go. Lone Wolf goes wide and has the lead. Duncan's trying to catch up. And Richard takes the win. Lone Wolf advances into round 2. The second to last one is David Albert in Rexcavator, this cool looking monstrous construction machine, and he will be taking on Ricardo Gonzalez in Pasta Monza from Mexico City, Mexico. One of the best pasta makers in the world. And here they go. Okay, Rexcavator goes tight, and so does Pasta Monster. Ooh, Pasta Monster goes wide. And it is Rexcavator who advances into round 2. David Albert, impressive. The final race in round 1. Timothy Davidson in Seek and Destroy, former member of the U.S. Air Force for 20 years, takes on Donald Mason in Slingshot from Cleveland, Ohio. Donald Mason is pumped. Will he advance into round 2? Let's find out. Here we go. Donald goes tight, and so does Seek and Destroy. Nearly clips the turning pod, and it is Donald Mason in Slingshot who advances into round 2. This has been a good first round of racing. So now, as y'all are seeing here, Jane Doe will be taking on Longhorn. Thirst for War will be taking on Who Am I? Cream and Death versus Lone Wolf, and Rexcavator versus Slingshot. This is going to be crazy. These guys have been practicing all year for this very first season of Monster Truck Overdrive and the kickoff for Monster Truck Overdrive Championship Series West. So now let's move on to round 2. And the first race of round 2 is Bob Walter in Jane Doe, who he is going up against the Texas girl Amelia Stevenson in Longhorn. She's got her work cut out for her, and they're off. Okay, both of them slide, but Bob makes it around. Ooh, Amelia goes super wide, and Jane Doe takes the win. Man, that was super close. Well done from the both of them. Tom Labonte in Thirst for War now has a thirst for his first racing championship of this tour, but he will have to take on Melissa Martinez in Who Am I? So hopefully the Illuminati doesn't mess either of them up. Here they go. Melissa went tight, and so did Tom. Ooh, Tom gets a bad bounce. Oh, Tom goes super wide, and it is Melissa Martinez in Who Am I? Who takes the win and moves on to the semifinals. Brandon Galinsky in Creepin' Death, who has been smooth and consistent throughout this whole episode, but he will have to take on Richard Randall in Lone Wolf, the Gravedigger style truck. And here they go. Okay, Brandon goes tight, drifts around. Oh, but Lone Wolf goes super wide. And it is Brandon Galinsky and Creepin' Death who will move on to the semifinals. The last race of round 2, David Albert in Rexcavator, who is really striving for his first championship, but he will have to take on the lightning fast Donald Mason in Slingshot, who has been on fire this whole time. So which one of them will make it to the semifinals? Let's find out. Here we go. Donald went tight. Oh, this was close, but it is Donald Mason who moves on to the semifinals. So now, as you're seeing here, Jane Doe will take on Who Am I on the semifinals, and on the other side of the bracket, Creepin' Death will take on Slingshot in the semifinals. This is only going to heat up from here on out. So which one of these two which one of these four will see each other in the finals. Let's find out, and let's get the semi-finals started. We have made it. So the first race of the semi-finals is Bob Walter and Jane Doe, who will be taking on Melissa Martinez in Who Am I? I think the Illuminati has been helping Melissa very, very well, but will it get her the win here in this first race of the semifinals? And they are off. Ooh, both of them nearly clipped that turning cone. Ooh, Melissa slides. And it is Melissa Martinez in Who Am I? Who moves on to the finals. But who will be facing her? Well, we are about to find out. Brandon Galinsky in Creepin' Death wants his first Monster Truck Overdrive Championship Series West Racing Trophy, but he will have to get past Donald Mason and Slingshot, who has been bad fast throughout this whole competition, and they are off. Okay, Donald goes tight, but Brandon goes a little wide. Ooh, both of them go wide and slide. And, oh my goodness, that was close, but it is Donald Mason. And here you have it. It's going to be Melissa Martinez in Who Am I taking on Donald Mason in Slingshot in the finals. This has been such an intense competition that the suspense has been just killing me. So, I don't know about you all, but I think that this is going to go down in history as one of the most intense competitions, in history of this. So as you all see here, in the finals, it's Who Am I versus Slingshot. And the winner gets 16 points instead of 12. So here we go.